How's it going, everyone? Louis back for another album reaction and review. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you're having a great day. Today, the album that we're going to be listening to is Debut from Björk. I know it's been a very long time since our last album review. If you want a little bit more information on where I've been, please check out the last video that we did, the tier list of In Rainbows. But otherwise, we're going to keep this intro very short. Some of our community members in the Discord had been recommending Björk for the longest time, and originally the plan was to listen to Vespertine during February. But I felt that as far as listening to Björk was concerned, I figured it'd probably be best to start with Debut as opposed to Vespertine. So we're going to make that switch up here. Just for now, I want to get back into the habit of making videos for y'all and just experiencing new music again. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get right back into it. So Debut came out in 1993. It is 11 songs and 48 minutes long. So give or take about 4 minutes per song. So we're going to start out with Human Behavior, and let's see how this new format is going to play out. All right, let's go. I like the marching. It's very playful, the marching, but that bass is bringing some depth to this too. Percussion in there, this little section. A lot of tones coming through. Very tribal. Get an idea of what she's talking about here. Like this section right here. Mechanical almost. I don't know if that's guitar or synths. No, it doesn't sound like his guitar is with some distortion. And then it builds back up. That's cool. Like timpanis or something being used. She's really laying out a lot of different and unique musical elements through that first song. With her voice too, it was reminding me a little bit of Alanis Morissette's very breathy and high falsettos, where she almost to the point where it's like her voice is breaking, but it's the emotion that's behind it that is giving it a lot more impact. There is a lot of reading people's emotions, people's behaviors through this, and she's describing that people that you come in contact with in your life are going to have so many different nuances and intricacies that make them who they are, and you see a pattern in people, right? But there's also something very scary about meeting new people because, like she said, there is no map, there is no rhyme or reason to how people think, how people are wired. So every person is like their own little pocket universe. But you never really hear people say it quite like that. So definitely makes her a unique artist in that sense. But a very entrancing song right there. It just continued on. It felt like a loop, pretty much. But I really like all the musical elements that were going on in that song. So the next song is Crying. Starting to get that house feel, like I was saying earlier. Okay, I see locomotives. Kind of sound like a train right there too, like a whistle. That bass line is giving me a lot of New York vibes. And there's percussion in there, very mechanical. Feels like you're exploring a new city. Some good backing vocals right there too. All these rhythms that are going on for these sections. I like that reverb. That is the house sound that I was expecting to get from this album. So I really liked how that one came together. Lots of emotion in her voice on that one, and that story that she is telling, just talking about, it seems like she's exploring a new city. She's trying to cope with maybe something that was happening in her life with maybe a lover, and seeing all these different things and not quite being in the moment, being present. She says that in that one line, there's no one here and people everywhere. So people all around her, surrounding her, but nobody is present, whether they're worrying about things or whatever. That's how she interprets it. And at the very end, she's like, I just need somebody, like somebody to just take me out of this situation, and I need to live my life. I need to do something. So it's a call for help, pretty much. And I love how her voice was just being thrown in all different directions. She had so much control on that. Felt like I was downtown New York, very jazzy, very very explosive in a lot of different parts. And I just love how all of those different musical beats were laying on this track. So the next song is Venus as a Boy. And I just noticed that I don't have my I don't have my track list underneath my cam, so so that's what happens when you go MIA for a little bit. You have some technical issues. Let me fix that real quick. All right, there we go. Much better. All right, so the next song is Venus as a Boy. There's so much going on. I love these strings. Sounds like some pots and pans being played. I like those synths. That's dreamy as fuck. Very sensual in this song, but all these musical elements just tie it all together and give it that sophistication still. It's sexy, but it takes itself seriously too, which you can do. I don't have a lot of thoughts about that song outside of what I've already talked about. So I'm going to just let it play into the next one. There's more to life than this, and it says the live version. I love when songs have this commotion at the beginning. It feels very lived in. Of course, this is a live version, so that makes sense.
Come on, girl.
I've heard this one. So they've been out all night. I get it.
and sneak off to this island.
It's like she closed the door
I could
to where the
bring
music was
my
taking place.
little
She went into like a
jacket
closet or something.
There's more to life than this. The fast ride of the morning. There's more to life
That grit in there. Same thing as before. I don't really want to do too many breaks. I just want to keep it going. So we're going to go into the next song. Like Someone in Love. That was great. And I love how songs blended in like that.
like someone in love.
I can definitely see this like just drifting out
in
in the water.
Sometimes the things
Sounds so
I
good.
do astound me.
The fact that you're able to get so much out of just one instrument.
Whenever you're like someone in love, like someone in love.
That was good. I really like that. Pause that for a second. I really like how minimal that was. I'm pretty sure that was a harp. Could have been guitar. With the fluttering of the strings, it really sounded like more strings than a guitar. So I'm going to say a harp. I'm leaning more towards a harp. But how everything was spaced while she was singing, very melodic, very rhythmic also. There was a lot of pockets of silence throughout that. Gave you a chance to breathe through the song. But it was a very romantic song, like a lot of the other songs on this album have been. But this one was a different set of colors. Like I was saying, felt like you're drifting in water, and it's very cool, it's very calming. You can feel that warmth, that passionate love underneath that. And it's really being showcased in her voice. Great fucking voice. Just throwing it in all different directions, but she still manages to keep control over it too. I mean, this is awesome. We're going to keep going down the list. We'll leave that format that we were talking about for another time. I think I've waited long enough for these videos again. The next one is Big Time Sensuality. I like how this one is a little more round. Oh, I'd be going crazy right now if I was the bass player. I would play this bass line just non-stop. I could keep doing this. I just bought a bass actually. I haven't picked it up yet though. like that sax. That was just a vibe. Next song is One Day. I really like that song.
One day it will happen. One day it will all come true. The atmosphere will get lighter.
Getting like nightlife setting with this song. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting some 80s new wave sounds from this. I like the use of the horns in this one. That one was also pretty visually vivid. I could picture everything that was going on, what she was saying. The next one is Aeroplane. Some fanfare, you got some woodland sounds. The wilderness or something.
Peacefully without you for even.
Going to that little swing breakdown.
Make me complete. One word on the phone.
Yeah, that feels very like Showtime-y right there. But there's a lot of natural sounds and ambiance that's going on here. So maybe it's just like that primitive emotion that's coming through from her. Just that longing for your partner in this case. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of different pictures throughout all of this. Very colorful, very vivid. And the next one is going to be Come to Me. Oh, it's groovy already. I have been so unmotivated to pick up my bass guitar. And this album is really doing it for me to pick up that guitar now. She wants to be the safety net. She sees herself as the safety net for this guy. That's the sad part is 99% of the time it's a losing battle. I'm gonna keep it going. Not gonna take a break in the songs, but I love all of the different musical elements with the strings, keys, the depth in the bass line. Of course, her voice just carries the entire thing. The next song is Violently Happy. I'm excited about this one just because of the title.
Violently happy, 'cause I love you. Violently happy.
There's a good use of the percussion in the background. It was like congas or the bongos. That was wild.
Violently happy, violently
Okay, whoa, there's a lot going on now. That synth loop is fantastic, though. That hooked me instantly. Seems like a lot of uh, dopamine rushes that she's getting through this. That was great. And the last song is the Anchor Song. This has been fantastic. Getting flashes of Black Country New Road.
I live by the ocean and drop my anchor. This is where I'm staying.
I love the saxophones in this. How they carry right after each of these lines is fantastic.
I live by the ocean.
I love that. That's great. This one's just pretty heavy emotionally for her. Yeah, that was a total shift from all the other songs that were on this album. And so I think it reflects on her with how all the other ones were very upbeat, very lively, with a lot of different instrumentation. This one was very stripped down of all of that, very minimal. It was just her voice and the saxophones. It's almost like she is reaching the conclusion of her journey where she had been hopping from city to city, trying to find and chase her life, her love. Finally, it's showing that she is deciding to drop her anchor wherever she's at, basically trying to live this new life without her partner. Sometimes we have to come to terms with where we are in life. Even the down parts of our life are very important, and we have to make the best out of a bad situation. That's the only way that you can get to where you need to be, is getting through where you currently are. But overall, musically, this was a great palate cleanser from what I had been currently listening to. Just her voice, the texture of her voice, and all of the different musical elements. I mean, I already had said that I was expecting a lot of house rhythms and beats within this, but the fact that there were so many other things that were being displayed here kept me on my toes. But otherwise, I'm glad to be back. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to make these videos, but I had kind of been seeing it as working out. The biggest thing was just taking that first step back into it. And I had really been struggling to just press record and go. But I think this is a great way to get my feet wet back again, be with y'all guys again. I tried to be as analytical as I could during this one. It was really tough to balance that with albums like Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly. And I feel like those albums, while I hope to have done them justice and be as analytical as possible, breaking them down on a first listen, I felt like a lot of that philosophy kind of bled into other albums. And it became more of listening to say something as opposed to just listening and enjoying the music for what it is. So I really don't want to delve too much into the meaning behind music in the future. I would love for y'all who have been listening to the music for much longer to maybe fill in those blanks alongside me. But that being said, there's a lot of other things that I do outside of music. I've been streaming on Twitch, and I would like to get back into that. If y'all want to see some playthroughs. There are some links in my channel. Please join the Discord. We can continue the music conversation over there as well. This was a great album to come back on. Thank you all so much for the recommendation. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. Uh, and I hope to see you all very soon. Thanks again, and I hope y'all have a great day.